I'm just going to give you today an overview about what is this data stage and what is the purpose of this data stage and everything. Before I jump into that, I just want to give a quick round of introduction about myself. Hi everyone, my name is Suresh. I'm having approximately 10 years of IT experience. I worked on different versatile industries in my entire career. I started working on DataStage 6.0 and later I worked on DataStage 8 and 7 versions also. From past 2 to 2.5 years onwards, we are working on a big data integration project from DataStage. We completely migrating the data from this DataStage to big data platform. And I also have a experience on both DataStage as well as quality stage. We worked on same project on quality stage part as well to do the quality process and everything. And I'm into this training, okay, from past 7 years, almost 7 years. I'm into these trainings. I'm giving corporate trainings, classroom trainings, and all these kind of trainings. This is a quick round of intro about myself. And let me start a quick demo what we are going to cover in actual sessions of 45 to 50 hours of duration, because it requires that much. I don't want to discuss any basic things. If we need basic means all 30 hours it's going to complete, but I am not happy with that. Okay, I always need to discuss very advanced topics, not a basic stuff. Coming to this one, the version which we are going to discuss into this data stage is IBM InfoSphere data stage and quality stage 9.1. Okay, I'm going to start discussing about every component right now, and at the end of session you can ask any of your questions, whatever you are having. What are the questions you are having? For example, if you have any questions, you can ask me about the session. Okay, I'm very happy to take questions at the end. Right, we will be starting this actual sessions with the first fundamentals, because few people already having experience on data warehouse, few may be completely new to this particular data warehouse. When few are new and few are having experience on that, okay, in case if you have already experience, then we are okay, we can skip this fundamental part. If you don't have an experience, then we should also aware of what is this we always going to have a fundamental knowledge like what is the introduction to data warehouse, what is the purpose of data warehouse, and what is the architecture of this data warehouse, what is the meaning of operational data store, what is the difference between OLTP versus data warehouse, data marts versus data warehouse, data warehousing life cycle. All these fundamentals we are going to discuss. When I'm covering about these all fundamentals, I'll be using some class PPTs as well as some of the project related documents also to explain you completely about these all. When you go to this one, we are going to start with the what is operational system, what are the characteristics of these operational systems in business, and what is the meaning of data warehouse, right? What is the difference between OLTP versus OLAP, all these fundamental topics, and how we are going to have a implementation of data warehouse, what are the different approaches we are going to follow to implement a data warehouse, like top down approach and bottom up approach, those things, and data warehousing architecture, what kind of architecture we are going to follow in this one. All these we will be discussing as part of our fundamentals. Once this fundamentals part completed, we will immediately jump into modeling part. As a ETL developer, yes, we need some data modeling knowledge as well. Apart from normal loading of data, we also going to perform the modeling as well. What is this data modeling? What is the purpose of this data model? Why we need a modeling? So all fundamentals we should discuss. When I'm covering about this topic, modeling topic, I'll use some of the project related models and I'll compare the modeling basics with the project related models, like how we are going to have a logical data modeling documents, how we are going to have a physical data modeling document, what kind of steps we are going to perform in the conceptual data modeling. All these we'll be discussing as part of these levels of modeling. When you go for these levels of modeling, especially conceptual data modeling, logical data modeling, and physical data modeling, there are three levels of modeling is there. In which part of data modeling, our data modeling is going, modelers are going to identify the entities and attributes, and in which part of data modeling they will follow ER diagrams. And when you go for especially physical data modeling, they will follow kind of schemas, star schema, snowflake schema, these kind of schemas they are going to follow. And when we go for this physical data modeling, once they are done with the physical data modeling, whatever we are having, we will get a physical data modeling documents with all dimension tables and fact tables. Those dimension tables and fact tables, once we implemented there, we'll follow the levels of data modeling what we are having. Okay, this all we will discuss as part of our process, like how we'll be having modeling and limitations of ER modeling, and facts, dimension table, types of dimension tables, like what is the conformal dimension table, what is junk dimension table, what is fast changing dimension table, what is role playing, all these. Okay, I'm just giving today a high level intro. All these we will be discussing as part of our training, what is slowly changing dimension table, all these things. Once we are done with the fundamentals part as well as the modeling fundamentals, then we'll go for ETL process. When you go for ETL process, right, we also should discuss about the what are the different types of ETL tools available in the market. How can we use this ETL tool, that is DataStage? What is the difference between other ETL tools like Informatica, DataStage, and other ETL tools we can simply call Ab Initio and Pentaho. These are different kind of ETL tools are available in the market, right? What are the difference between all the kind of ETL tools which are available in the market? All those we will also discuss as part of our training. That's one thing. And when we'll also go for the introduction to DataStage 9.1, yes, we'll go for the introduction to DataStage 9.1 version. I mean, we'll go for architecture of 9.1. Let me just show you that. Yep, this is we are going to call as a information server architecture. As part of our training, we'll also discuss about this information server architecture. When you go for this information server architecture, like how we'll be having this DataStage engine grid, okay, engine and client types, how they are going to be having there, and how they are existing in DataStage 7.5 X2 environment, and what are the different client tools are available there, and how we are going to have a information and like the corresponding database are available. Because when we install this DataStage software, right, we'll be having a client tiers are there, services tier, metadata repository tier, and engine tier. They are the four, I mean, main components are available, main tiers are available. But in those, client tier is the one which is we are going to install remotely, and we are going to access through Citrix, and we are going to have this client tier on Windows machine, and engine will be on Linux or Unix machines generally. And services tier is the one where we are going to have a services creation and execution. And metadata repository is the one tier where we are going to have a metadata information, what metadata we are having, and all those things will be stored on the metadata. These are all architectural components also we will be discussing as part of our training. First initial classes. Once we are discussing about what is this information server, and then we'll go for a what is this InfoSphere DataStage version 9.1. Before we jump into actual DataStage tool, we need to discuss about what is this DataStage. What is the purpose of this DataStage? Simply speaking, DataStage is one of the ETL tool which will be used to create a usable data warehouse or data mart applications. Simply speaking, DataStage is a one simple ETL tool which will be used to create usable data warehouse or data mart applications. And DataStage has a many functionalities, right? When we go for this DataStage, we are having a simply speaking, we are having different kind of data stage jobs are there. Those are server jobs, parallel jobs, mainframe jobs. We'll be having all these. Four jobs environments are there. Actually, they are called simply four different environments are there in data stage: server, parallel, mainframe, and sequence. As part of our training, we'll discuss all. Okay, except mainframe, because mainframe is no clients are using. Very rare case we can see mainframe jobs. Most of our clients are using server jobs, parallel jobs, and sequence jobs. I'll also discuss as part of our training all these three environments. Okay, let me go back to content. I'll be flip over between content and the slides. Once we are done with the introduction, then we'll go for actual ETL tool. When it comes to this ETL tool, when we install our software, we'll get a different kind of client components like this. See, there are all different kind of client components will be installed on your machine as part of our data stage process. Those are admin client. Okay, let me copy those into local. See, there are the different kind of client components will be there inside our data stage software when we got installation from admin team. In those, the above two clients, whatever I placed here, belongs to administrative clients. Those will be always used for the administration actions. Like data stage administration actions we are going to perform there. Those we simply going to call administration specifications like. And second one is IBM InfoSphere Information Server Web Console. This is the one also browser based admin. These are both are belongs to admin, and rest of all are nothing but user clients. Those will be used to do the developing of job, compiling of job, all these kind of operations if you want to perform. We always use these clients actually. Okay, these clients components will be used for all development activities. Especially in all these clients also, we will be starting our session training with the first IBM InfoSphere Data State and Quality State Designer. That's a client where we are going to have a job development we'll be doing. When we are doing the job development environment, we'll be having with introduction to Data State Designer. What is the parallelism components are there? Okay, partition parallelism, pipeline parallelism. What is the MPP massively parallel processing environment? And how we are going to have a job design, dataset management, creation of dataset routines, arguments, and then we'll also work with the different kind of database stages like Oracle, Teradata, how to use Oracle database, how to use Teradata database to connect. There are different kind of databases we can connect even, but few only we can see in our sessions, because if you want to connect all those databases, we need to install all those databases in a single machine. It will not able to manage because of many database if you install, system is not able to have that much capacities. And file stages means if you are receiving the data from source like flat files, .txt, .csv, .dat, .ebic, EBSCI, these kind of files if you want to process, we'll use these file stages, and then we'll go for a processing stages. We'll be having some kind of processing stages are there. Those are going to be copy, filter, funnel, sort, remove duplicate, aggregator, modify, compress, expand, decode, encode, all these kind of the different processing stages also we can use to do the processing operations. Operations on the data we can perform. Then we'll go for a advanced versions of data stage. Advanced stages what we have in 9.1. Especially when you go for 9.1, what are the different advanced versions are there? Like a range lookup process, surrogate key generator stage, slowly changing dimensional table stage, IWA stage, job performance. How can we do the estimate the performance of job? For example, I'm a developer. I design one job. I need to check is my job does my job is performing good? For that I need to do performance testing, right? Similar to the performance testing, there are few options are there in job level. If you enable those options, it will check how your job is performing. It will simply check the performance of your job and then go for resource estimation. What kind of resource estimation we are having, and performance optimizer. What kind of performance optimizer we are having there, and slowly changing dimension table implementation. And we'll also have in transformer is one stage in data stage, which will be useful for doing of last row handling, null handling, all these kind of transformation operations also we want to perform there. And then we'll go for data state director client. I just want to open, this is a data state director client, which we can see what job we are developing for our sessions, what job we are running. Okay, there are different jobs you can see. Some are in finished status, some are in award status, some are in compiled status, some are in not compiled status, like this, right? This data stage director client is the one client component which will be used to see the log of the data stage jobs, which will be used to run the data stage jobs, which will be used to reset the job. For example, if the job is failed, I want to reset the same job to run after some time, I can do reset. And I want to create a batch jobs. In case if any job is running longer than expected, I want to kill the job status. Or if any lock happened, lock was held on that particular any job, I need to be unlocked that particular job. So all actions if you want to perform in data stage level, we have a client component called data stage director. And from this director client also, you can connect to the data stage designer client. We'll be using this designer client for designing the jobs. Okay, we'll also discuss about how to use design the jobs and director client component completely. And as I told you, we'll also discuss about the admin part, administrator part also, not only development part. And before we go to sequence discussion, let me open. This is one of the data stage job which we have in data stage. This is this entire icon we are going to call as a data stage designer window. And in this designer window, you can see repository. This is a place where we are going to save our jobs. And we can also click view to see the palette. Palette means it has collection of stages. Those will be useful for developing of jobs. There are different categories of stages are there. General category, data quality category, and we also have databases category. Okay, development by debug category stages, file processing, processing operations, real time, restructure. All the other different kind of stages are available, inbuilt stages are available, which will be used to do different kind of operations on the data. For example, if you go for files, files is the one which is used to read the data from plot files. Plot files means .txt, .csv, .dat, .ebsky, these are the different kind of files we are going to have there. Okay, and debug and development is the stages where we are going to debug our job and where we are going to have a development of the jobs also. And database are the one where we are going to have the database stages, which are used to connect with the databases from our data stage. And data quality is the one which is used to check the quality of your data. Right? There are different kind of processing stages we have. With using of these processing stages, we are going to develop these kind of jobs. This is one data stage job. This is completely, we can call it a graphical job. This data stage is a GUI-based ETL tool. Because this is a GUI-based ETL tool, you are not going to write any kind of programming or something. We just use some of the few functions only. We will not write any of the programs or something. We just use some of the predefined function. That's it. And when we go for these data stage jobs, whatever we are having, these jobs, whatever we specified there, right? These graphical jobs, how to develop. And once we specified and we are going to save automatically these jobs in the repository. When you click on the job folder in the repository, you can see what folder job we have. Okay, we have different jobs are there, right? There are different kind of jobs. I just double click on that one. Okay, like this, we'll create different kind of jobs. Even some jobs with flat files, some jobs are completed status, some jobs with even databases category. Just I'm opening one folder. See, This is the job which is connecting to data stage to database Oracle and get the data from Oracle and load into target Oracle database. Simply speaking, here I am using a stage called Oracle connector, which we can use to connect to the data stage to database Oracle connector there, and which is going to be specified there. That's about the database Oracle connector or something which we are going to use in our process. And some of the aggregation stages and the joining stages for joining of the data. All these are the one which is going to connect to the data stage to database environment and everything. Once we are done with this, we'll also discuss about the job sequences. How to create the job sequence? Job sequence means, for example, we have a 10 members team is there. Assume that, just an example. Each developer created this kind of jobs. All these jobs we want to schedule, right? Whenever we want to schedule all these jobs, we'll be scheduling all these jobs with some environment called sequencer. I just want to open sequencer. Here we are going to have these kind of sequence creations, right? See, this is nothing but sequence job, means called batch flow. Instead of a single job development, instead of a single process, all the 10 developers, whoever is developer the jobs, we want to put all those jobs in a batch. That batch we are going to call as a sequence. Got my point? The batch whatever we are having here, the batch we are going to call as a simply sequence there. What are the sequence we are having there? That particular sequence we will be creating and we will be running entire these sequences. Even in the sequence, if you see, there are different options are there. Like, see, this is a job activity. That means whatever the data stage job a developer created, that he can call. If you see this one, there are 4 are in parallel, right? I'm calling 4 data stage jobs at a time in parallel. These 4 are running parallelly. And here, this is a sequencer stage. If I put any means, there are option called any, just an example I am giving. If any one of these job finished, then next flow will start automatically. This flow or this flow or this flow, something. And if I want to run a kind of loop, same job I want to run 10 times or 15 times like that, then I can use an option called loop activity. See, this is called start loop and this is called end loop. Start loop, end loop, and loop activity if you want to run, we always use this loop processing. And in case if you want to terminate, for example, I'm checking the count of, this is an example, right? If my reject file count is more than one something, I want to terminate my job, then I can use terminate activity. Like this, we are going to specify a batch. This kind of batch flow, if you want to specify, we use a properties called sequencers. Okay, we will also discuss about how to create the sequence, how to use that. Once this sequence completed, we'll go for quality stage. Okay, we'll also start discussing about the quality. What is this quality? What kind of data quality we'll be having? Data quality challenges, what kind of data quality challenges we are having there? And types of data quality tools provided by IBM. Difference between quality stage to information analyzer. And then we'll go for complete quality stage. Like what is this investigation stage? When you go for quality stage, actually, let me open that data stage designer. Just I'm going for palette. Sorry, let me take a parallel job. In quality stage, these are the different kind of stages you can see. These are all stages we are going to have and we are going to specify with the data quality. Like investigation, match frequency, MNS, that means multinational standardization stage, quality stage legacy, reference match, SQL standardized quality assessment, standardization stage, survive stage, unduplicate match, right? These are the different quality stages are there, which are used to develop the data quality, which are used to process the data quality there. If you want to process the quality, whatever we are having, right? The quality analysis and quality data processing, whatever we are going to do, we'll be having separate quality stage. Let me just show you some example job for the quality also. Let me open this repository to show you some examples for quality stage jobs as well. Every job whatever I am discussing here, I'll also share those jobs to you. And just a minute, see, this is the first job one in quality stage. Like this is called investigation stage. We'll be doing kind of investigation on the data. We're going to call character investigation and word investigation are the two different kind of investigations we'll be performing there. We'll discuss how to do these all investigation operations. Right. So this is called character investigation, character discrete, character concatenation, and word investigation, and those things. Then we'll go for standardization stage. How to make the data into standard format. Okay. To make the data into standard format, we'll be using some of the built-in rules or some of the user-defined customized rules in quality stage. Just this is an example which we wrote rules in previous classes for US address validation, US area validation, US name validation, email ID validation, date validation, all these kind of things, right? In our sessions also, I'll be showing you that how to validate the data by using quality stage tool, how to do the kind of data profiling and get a 100% good data while loading into data. Because if I'm not using quality stage, if I'm using basic data stage stages, I may not be able to get complete accurate data into warehouse. That's the reason we always need a very accurate data into warehouse loading process. That's US names.set, US address.set, US area.set, vdates.set, this validate date, US taxation ID.set, vemail.set, all the other different kind of the rules we can specify and we can proceed. And next is, for example, I just want to show you how to create the rule. See, go to the rule, just showing you, okay, click here, then it will going to connect to the standardization stage process, and you can see different kind of countries data like Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, right? Apart from this, you may need, for example, some other countries rules. For example, in the situation, you may also import those rules from IBM portals. Okay, but those are not free. It's going to be cost. We need to pay some cost to IBM. Once we pay the cost to IBM, we need to import all the rules from IBM to our environment. Like standardization rules, Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, other Spain, United Kingdom, USA, all the other different kind of countries we are going to have, and we are going to have the rules specified for those. Just if you want to see the rule, I'll open one rule just for an example case. I'm opening USA, name rule, select here, right click on the properties. Here you can see different kind of rules, right? Classification rules, dictionary rules. As for existing built-in process of name rule set, we are having, there are all the different kind of names supporting as a first name. See, Abhay, Abhi, like they're all the different kind of first names are going to be supported here. These first names, whatever we are having, will be supporting for our rules window of first name. See this, okay? In case if any of your own name you want to add, for example, some names are not there in the list, I want to add those names also. Yes, we can add existing rules, we can overwrite. As part of training, I'll show you how to create this user defined rules window, then how to pass those rules window to our jobs also. This is all we will discuss as part of investigation stage and standardization stage, match stages, survive stage, and especially when you go for the match stage in quality stage. Let me just open that part also, just to show you, okay? We will be having a separate rules are available for match stage, especially when you go for reference match or primary match, whatever it may be, right? This reference match, this is the match stage. In the match stage, we are going to use like a kind of one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one duplicate, many-to-one multiple. These kind of match operations we are going to do between two inputs what we are having. and based on that, what is the output we are expecting, that output also we are going to specify there. The properties like many to one, many to one multiple, and many to one duplicate, one to one. Okay, these are the different kind of the match operations we are going to have there, and we are going to specify it. Those match operations we are going to specify, and we are going to proceed for the match specification and match window. And this is the one which is going to generate reports that we are going to call as a address report. That's called standardized quality assessment reports. The standardized quality assessment is the one where we are going to have a assessment report for that one. What is the assessment report we are having? That assessment report is the one which is going to specify with that. I'll also discuss in classes, okay, how to use these assessment reports and how to call other standardized and quality stage assessments also, processing also. We'll all discuss. Once this quality stage is completed, we'll go for a project. I'll discuss at least, that's what I'm taking more hours. Sometimes yes, it's taking more than 50 hours of duration also for the classes, because when the people are asking in detailed information, yes, we need to take more hours of that one. At least 35 hours of duration I'll take DataStage tool, quality stage and those things. Rest of 10 to 15 hours I'm going to take about project. We'll discuss about complete project. We'll start with the architecture of the project and business requirement document. From there we'll discuss about dimension tables and fact tables with modeling. Then we'll go for flow of subject area discussions, how the subject areas will be there, what way we are going to load the subject areas data into warehouse, design of high level design and low level design for the projects, and project flow job design documents, ETL documentation, how we are going to, means as a ETL developer, how we are going to load the data into all ETL documentation, complex job discussion, how we are going to have complex job discussion, how to perform the unit testing, what kind of unit testing we'll be having there, and system and user acceptance testing, how can we perform. Means if you are a developer, always once we develop the job, that may be simple job or that may be complex job, we will be performing a unit testing. That's a mandatory. After unit testing completed, we'll also do different kind of testings like system testing, user acceptance testing, regression testing, end-to-end testing. All these kind of testings also will be performing there. And deployment process of code to different phases. How can we deploy the code to different phases in our environments where we are going to have there. And the creation of job design documents, like once job development completed, developers also going to create kind of a design document, and before they start developing, they'll also get some kind of technical specification document. You should also be aware of, okay, what kind of technical specification document we'll be receiving, and how can we do the production support. Okay, we'll be also having how can we do the production support process for production, and then Unix scripting for automation of code. What kind of Unix scripting we'll be having there for doing of automation, and we'll also be having a different kind of scripts what we are having there. I mean, we'll also discuss some automation code, how can we do the automation, and I'll also discuss only that I can discuss theoretically right now, because control M and autosys I can do only theoretically, because practical environment is not there, or these are not free tools. And then we'll also go for fixing of defects and problem tickets and incidents, and all those things also we'll be discussing there. Let me open these project documents. Give me a second. See, there are a few scripts. See, this is one of the Unix script. Like this, I'll explain. Create the script, and I'll also explain each and every step of the script. For example, this script is used to create a response file. Once the job successfully completed, it will going to create some kind of response file. To create the response file, we use this script. This script is going to create the response file, and the final response file is going to create after appending the header record and all detail record and trailer record into output. Okay, this kind of scripts how to write. I'm also very good script writer in my company. Okay, I'll also explain you how to write the scripts and everything, and we'll also discuss about the few other scripts like how to write the SFTP scripts. For example, once any of DataStage job created a file in output, that file need to be delivered to downstream. Some of the downstream we need to send, right? To send that, we are going to generally use the SFTP process, secure file transfer process. For doing of the secure file transfer process, we are going to write a script called SFTP script. We'll also discuss about that how to write a secure file transfer scripts also. What kind of the secure file transfer script we'll be writing there, and how we'll be writing the secure file transfer script, and what way we are going to have the secure file transfer scripts also. Because SFTP means not to pass every time password. Okay, that I will also discuss how to write the secure file transfer script and what kind of secure file transfer scripts are there. All those things. See, this is just an example scripts. Okay, I'll explain each and every point in the script, and I'll also give you these scripts to you. And in case if you receive one file, that file has some header and footer. It's not only having detailed records, it's having header and footer. If it's having header and footer, that header and footer, for example, whatever we are having, if you want to take and if you want to process here, we'll be having removing of header and footer from the file. If you want to remove header and footer from the file, we can also take header and footer from the file processing also, we can do that. That also we will discuss how to perform the header and footer from the file, and how can we do that, how can we specify that header and footer. Okay, I mean, when we get header and footer means generally header is going to have a response and information, file information. Footer is having generally count of records. So also we will discuss as part of scripting. And I'll also discuss about the migration process, and how can we maintain history processing, and how can we maintain kind of complex jobs discussion. This kind of complex job technical specs I'll give you. Okay, how can we do this kind of complex requirements, how to write the requirement also will be discussing as part of our training in a complex job discussion. All these will take around 45 to 50 hours of duration. This is the way my entire training will be. In entire days, every day we will be discussing not only theoretical part, we will also cover practical things. Any questions here? Now I'm open to questions. You can ask any questions.
Hi Suresh, this is Bhushan.
Yeah, Bhushan.
Hi. So, is there any certification is there for this for the DataStage? What is the current certification number?
Yes, actually I forgot to add that point in the last. Actually, I'll also provide you some of the certification. Actually, okay, some project related document I'll share you, and certification guidance also I'm going to give. Certification guidance in the sense what material will be required for doing a certification. When it comes to this DataStage certification, we have 3 levels of certifications are there. One we are going to call as DataStage certification. Second one is quality stage certification. Third one is information analyzer certification. You can do one by one. First you can start with the DataStage and then go for quality stage, then you go for information analyzer, because information is a little bit high level. DataStage and quality stage and information, anyone if you want to do, I'll provide certification related materials as well as corresponding some of the dumps which will be useful to clear the certification 100% with 100% score also. While discussing about certification topics, okay, I'll also cover what kind of questions will come to us in certification, because certification will generally cover about the installation part also, installation and monitoring and kind of development part. It has different layers actually when you go for certification. We need to know every part. But you just want to write own certification, you can just prepare for dump and you can write. But if you want that much knowledge, yes, we need to definitely work on that, and we need to have that much real knowledge to go for certification. That I'll provide, it's not a problem. Okay, it's a simple dump is there, that dump I can provide, you can prepare for that and you can clear exam wise. But if you want to get that much knowledge, yes, you need to practice that much.
Okay, and any of those files in the document you showed us will be available for us?
Yes. Every document, whatever I'm showing you right now, you will get as part of your training, and the materials also. Sorry, not this. What are the materials I'm showing here? Every material you will get it. The product materials and let me open this. Yep. Even certification dumps also. See, this is certification dump for DataStage 9.1. Same questions only will come to you. Okay. This certification dumps I'll give you. Certification dumps also will be useful to you, and Unix scripting material I'll provide you, and class PPTs, everything. Whatever I'm showing you in the class, these are all class PPTs I'm going to share you guys, and project related materials I'm going to share, and ETL testing. What kind of ETL testing we'll be doing, unit testing and those things, and quality stage information and other materials, and some other data materials, data modeling reports. All these materials will be received in the day one of the class itself, and every day after completion of class you will get the class recording of the class also.
Okay, and how can we do a practice like on
Yep.
our own?
Once class started, okay, my team will install software on your machine.
Okay.
You can practice directly on your machine itself when you have a free time.
Okay, means what kind of software? So, means DataStage, and one of the database also.
Right. The requirements for the software installation is okay. You may need to have in Windows machine or Linux machine also. Okay. If it is Windows, uh, for example, Windows 7 or Windows 7 is a good operating system, frankly speaking, apart from Windows 8, because Windows 8 has some drawbacks which is not supported properly into this data stage softwares. Windows 7 is a very good in case if you have Windows 7 machine. And on the software, my admins will take care about the data stage installation. Along with that, they will deploy any one of the database like Oracle or Teradata, any one of the database mostly, and they will also install background deleted .NET, because to run these data stage jobs and everything we need some .NET. The .NET also they are going to install, and they will also install web services. Actually, to run the data stage job we need some kind of web service also. That's called VAS, web server application server software. That also complete software will be taken care by these guys. Only you need to have a machine which need to have a 4 GB or more than that RAM capacity RAM machine, and you need to have at least operating system on that machine. Rest all softwares which are required to develop software and which are required to data stage jobs to practice, they will install. They will give you software access to you. You can download. Once you download software, then you will go for the software installation.
Okay.
That will take care
So,
by admin at the day one of the class itself only. Once you start the class.
Mhm.
Suresh, this is Rajesh.
Yeah, Rajesh, you can ask.
They will be installing the Unix also, or what about that?
No,
Because
operating
data.
system. No. Operating system they are not able to install remotely, because when if there is no operating system on your machine, they are not able to
No. I'm
do
not
remote.
asking that. I'm not talking about the shell PB session or SSH like that.
Yeah, though they will install putty and SSH, though they will install. Do you have? I mean, if you already have Unix environment, yes, they can install.
Okay. And the data stage is running on the AX operating system, or what is that? I have read something in the blog.
Yep, anything we can run, but in general working environments, it will be there mostly in AX or Linux. Okay, either Red Hat
Mhm.
Linux or IBM AX. For practice, we can also go for Windows. There is no much difference, except
Okay.
file copying and everything, because this is also graphical tool. It's not a programming or something. It's a graphical tool. Even if you are practicing on Windows also, once you are in company, if they are using Linux or Unix also, there is no much difference. You can survive there.
Okay.
But in companies generally will be having mostly Linux and AX only.
Yes. And for 9.1 certification, we need to apply for the Pearson some center, right?
Right, exactly, yeah. It's not free, I think, okay, the certification except IBM employees who are working on IBM, for them only it's free. Maybe other companies will get some kind of coupons from IBM, sometimes for discounted rates. For normal rate, I think it's $100 right now. $100 we need to pay for the exam, and we need to book in Pearson View. Pearson View. That's from there we need to book a slot and we can write exam.
And
Once
that
you done with
center or in online?
no, I think you need to go for that particular center, not in online.
Okay. Because 8.1 is, I think, it's in online type. But for
Right.
9.1, they have made like that, right?
Yes. When we are working on 8.1, at that time it's not Pearson one. It's some other vendor is taking care about that at the time. Actually, this exams and every exams. Recently, IBM gave that contract to this person. They are conducting only in their Prometic centers.
Okay. Is that dumps is enough for clearing the 9.1? Because one of my friend was saying that dumps is not at all enough for 9.1, not like unless
No,
8.1.
no. Maybe he got wrong dump. Simply speaking,
Okay. Okay.
because these dumps who are providing, right? I mean, who are in the sense these are also vendors who are providing dumps. Maybe they are providing wrong dumps. If you got exact correct dump, okay. In the dump, we'll be having approximately 130 plus questions. Okay, in exam, we'll get 60 questions. Out of that
Okay.
130, only 60 will come. With same answers and same question only will come. You need to read 130. Out of 130, you'll get 60.
Okay.
We need to have a passing score of 75%, but most of people are getting 90 plus.
Mm-hmm. And 11.3 also got released, right, for DataStage?
Exactly, yeah. Now in the market, 11.3 is there. But yes, we still did not get a software. We got it, my admin, but it's not working. Maybe at the time of copying software somewhere from the mission, maybe they missed some components.
Okay.
It
So if we
11.3
did,
has, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
if we did the certification for 9.1, how come it would be helpful for 11.3? Or we can use that certification to upgrade ourselves and can cope up with that 11.3 also?
Frankly, I can tell you one thing, okay. Even though if you have certification, there is no use, right? Nowadays, is there any use really?
No, not exactly, but from
Right.
client perspective,
Exactly.
only they are
Only
just
for
asking for certificate.
exactly. Yes, exactly. Only to showcase to the client, okay, yes, we have these many certified employees in our organization like that. We use certification actually. Even though we have 9.1 or 11.11 for 11.3, still IBM did not release the certification. Even we are also
Okay.
eagerly waiting to do certification in my company because we are using 11.3 only in my company with big data integration. We are not using 9.1 also. Yes, down the line, almost all the companies will be migrating their existing data stage to 11.3 only because 11.3 is the one which is supporting for big data platform.
Okay.
Because future is for only for big data.
So 9.1 will be not supportable with the Hadoop big data?
No, only limited, very limited. Only 2 or 3 stages are there for unstructured data processing. Not that much. Even though 11.3 with comparison of other ETL tools, just I'm talking about other ETL tools, yes, 11.3 is also still lagging with comparison of some of the open source ETL tools are there in the market like Talend and Pentaho. Those open source ETL tools are completely designed to build for big data processing.
So it seems like Informatica and Pentaho and these things is comparatively somewhat good or not that much good
Very
like
good,
data.
very good with comparison of data stay for big data connectivity.
So the demanding tools right now is that Pentaho and these things or
Talend and Pentaho are the. I mean, if you know those ETL tools, normally there is no use again. We should
Okay.
also know big data.
Okay, yeah. That
Because
involves
most
the
of the clients.
Java also, right?
Sorry, I wasn't. Okay, could you please repeat your question? I got my
Yeah,
kid
the
near
big
to.
data involves the Java basics or the core of Java.
Yes, core Java. Minimum core Java we need for the map reduce part. That's where we are using Talend ETL tool. The beauty of Talend ETL tool is even yes, if you are using big insights IBM product, data stay also good. If you are using other vendors big data platform, DataStage is not that much good, frankly speaking, because it has other functionalities. And when we go for this other vendors like Cloudera and Mapper and those one, we can use other ETL tool, open source talent, because instead of writing MapReduce programs and everything, we are using talent. Because in talent we are going to develop a graphical job that will be converted automatically into program. That's the beauty of that tool. Very, very friendly and very, very flexibility. Right. Yes, IBM also still trying to enhance their DataStage tool. That's what we are also bothering nowadays, because recently we got 9.1, again we are migrating into 11.3, again maybe in future we don't know, it will come to 11, 12 version or 13 version, we don't know. Yes, they are also still working to, most of the ETL vendors who are providing, they are working with the integration of big data platforms now.
Okay.
Should support for structured and unstructured.
Yeah. Okay. You are working in big data integration with 11.3 right now, right, Suresh?
Yes.
So how it was, like very problematic, or it was somewhat easier when compared working before?
Yes, it was problematic, definitely, because the capability of this data stage is not that much good to support for big data, frankly speaking.
11.3 itself also.
Yes, that's what we are using for that to, we can simply call, okay, to overcome that challenge, we are again using talent also. My project right now has a technologies like DataStage, for which is doing for normal OLTP operations, and which is loading data into data warehouse. Once we load the data into data warehouse by running the batch, from there and from cloud and from kind of sensor devices, we'll get the some healthcare data, and we are loading into big data by using all the big data ecosystem technologies. There we are using a talent also another ETL tool like our DataStage. After we load the data into big data platform, again we are using Tabular for reporting purpose.
Okay.
Yes, now clients also, if you see in DICE and Corp to Corp, when you're even go for DataStage or these two, okay, in future, not now immediately, but in future, yes, they're expert in the client's knowledge and big data working environment also. Only if you know DataStage also, there is no use in future.
Yeah, in our company also they are trying to integrate big data. So that's what I'm thinking, whether I need to learn for big data or like that.
Yep, that's a good advantage, because most of clients are there trying to migrating into big data platform. At the time, okay, only DataStage knowledge is there is no use. We need to have a connectivity, ETL connectivity between big data and DataStage. Yes, with comparison of other ETL tools, yes, big data DataStage has still challenges. But the advantage is with the DataStage is IBM is giving a little bit cost effective when we compare with other ETL tools. That's our advantage, because most of clients who are already purchased, okay, DataStage, okay, they just upgrade. They are not charging much. That's why they're just upgrading from 9.1 to 11.3 also. Even IBM also providing their own big data functionality, but it's not success. We can call this not a successful version. That's called IBM Big Insights. It's a failure one.
Okay. Yes, so the Big Insights mainly made for big data, right?
Right. Yeah.
Thanks, Suresh.